How are you guys doing today, you fellow YouTubers? So I'm making this video because there aren't a lot of people out there that show you exactly how to do a blower motor slash heater and AC fan, whatever you want to call it, on S10 series Chevy truck. So it's almost the same for every single one, honestly, but I've seen videos where they show people actually doing it, but not physically showing you what you have to do to replace this fan. So I guess I'm just making this video to help some people out who don't know exactly what they're doing, but don't want to spend hundreds of dollars for a shop to do this for them. So basically, the computer has to come out, the overflow bottle has to come out, and then you'll have access to get to the fan, which is right here on the passenger side of under the hood. There's 5 screws holding the fan in. There's 3, one here, one further down that you can't see. There's one up against the wall over here, and then there's one under the actual motor. Once you move all of this out the way, you'll be able to see the one under that you can't see on camera right now. And once you remove those, you'll be able to pull it out. The only reason why you have to move this out the way is because it's way too hard trying to get this fan out of here, especially with all the wires and stuff right here, plus the ECU and the overflow bottle being in the way. It makes it 10 times more harder to get this fan out without damaging it, plus getting the new one in without damaging the new one. So just take the time and actually take this off and take this off so that you can get the new one in without breaking it. Because if you break a fin or mess that new fan up anyway, putting it back in there, you'll get crazy vibrations from it, and you don't want that, trust me. So how you remove the ECU is 3 screws, one here, and then there's one here. And the ECU comes off, the whole thing. You can sit it out the way. I sat it here, just easy, out of the way, no problems. I also unhooked this wire and this wire to give me a little slack, because these wires aren't really that long, but they're long enough to sit it out the way. If you move this one and this one off, it'll give you a little more slack. And then for the overflow bottle, there's one screw here. When you move the ECU, there's another screw down here, another screw right there. There you go. And then the overflow bottle will come out. You don't have to remove any hoses, any of the hoses for the overflow bottle. They're long enough to stretch. When you move it out of the way, it'll fit in between here. Just make sure your bottle isn't like completely full, or it's gonna leak out when you move it. But other than that, you can sit it out of the way. It won't be a problem. And then you can do everything you have to do to get this fan out. And when you put the new one in, like I said, just be careful. Be mindful when you're putting it in. Try not to break the fins. And then just reverse the process. Put the overflow bottle back in, screw it down, put the ECU back on top of the overflow bottle, bolt that down, and then also when you put the fan in, make sure you tighten all 5 of the screws, because if you don't, it'll get vibrations. So that's just another tip. That's pretty much it. You do all that, it'll be perfectly fine. It's not as hard as you think.